Life has changed. It's quiet, unmoving, uncertain, but only for a while. Because we are still here. Carrying on. We will keep moving. Learning. Laughing. Celebrating. No matter the challenge, we will always have what it takes to overcome. With Life Tech to help us rebuild today and reshape tomorrow. Life. Own it.
I'm just so thankful for, all of these wonderful advances in technology that's helping us cope with this ECQ.
Exactly.
Just because nakikita mong nag-workout sila does not mean that they're not struggling. Every ounce of mental strength ina-access mo talaga for that workout.
The food we put into our bodies will really affect our overall health. Di lang physical, pati mental.
Hey!
Such a
Oh my
cool
gosh.
video. That's so nice.
That video was so nice.
Life has changed. It's quiet. Unmoving. Uncertain. But only for a while. Because we are still here. Carrying on. We will keep moving. Learning. Laughing. Celebrating. No matter the challenge, we will always have what it takes to overcome. With Life Tech to help us rebuild today and reshape tomorrow. Life. Own it.
I'm just so thankful for, all of these wonderful advances in technology that's helping us cope with this ECQ.
Exactly.
Just because nakikita mong nag-workout sila does not mean that they're not struggling. Every ounce of mental strength ina-access mo talaga for that workout.
The food we put into our bodies will really affect our overall health. Di lang physical, pati mental.
Hey!
Such a
Oh my
cool
gosh.
video. That's so nice.
That video was so nice. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Mama.
How are you guys?
Hi, Bianca. Hi, Solenn. Hey Sab, I love it. Glammed up mamas. How does it feel to like wear makeup and be dressed
The
on
upper
a
half,
Friday
the
night?
upper half is nice. The lower half is different.
Oh,
Same.
you were wearing pants, ha?
I'm wearing
Diba?
pajamas.
Pajamas.
I'm wearing my husband's boxers.
Ayan.
Pangtulog, the best.
Naka-full-dress naman, in fairness. Pero
Wow.
nakapatong lang din sa boxers.
The new normal.
Yeah, we want to say hi to everyone watching this Globe Lifesmith live session on Facebook and on YouTube. Hi, everyone. We hope you are all safe and well. I guess we'll do a round of introductions. My name is Bianca. I am a TV host. I'm a mom of 2 daughters. Lucia, who is 4 years old, and Carmen, who is 1 year old.
Me?
Saab? Okay, me first. I'm Saab Magalona-Bacarro, and I am a musician, a podcast creator, and a mother of 2 lovely boys, Pancho, who is 2 years and 3 months, and Vito, who just turned 9 months.
Oh, yay.
I'm Solenn Heussaff, artist, TV personality, and I have a newborn, first daughter. She's about to turn 6 months on July 1. Easy to remember.
Yeah, because New Year baby.
Jan 1.
Grabe
Hindi
yun.
hindi dahil sa kanya yung season na to.
Okay. We got together tonight, I guess, to talk about parenting at a time like this. And I think it's great because we all have kids that are at different stages. So, again, to everyone who is tuned in, we want to welcome you officially to Globe Lifesmith Live. Basically, this is a series where we talk about everything that is helping us cope during this really, I guess, bizarre, odd, challenging time to keep moving forward in our lives. And as we all introduce ourselves, we'll talk about parenting tonight, motherhood in particular. We'll talk about how technology has been helping make our lives as parents much easier. I guess that's what life tech is all about. So it's our way of, diba, parang they call us millennial moms.
Millennials.
Kasi nga we gave birth at this time. So ibang-iba our parenting style to our parents, I'm sure. And so Saab, Solenn, and I will be chatting this whole evening with you guys. Please feel free to leave comments in the comment section. But later we will be joined by an expert because God knows we all need guidance
Yes.
in our everyday life. We will be joined by family life and child development specialist, teacher Tina Zamora. She is the directress of Nest School. And she'll help us, I guess, navigate nga this new normal with family life. So if you do have questions for teacher Tina, please also drop that in the comment section, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. So yeah, how has parenting life... sige, ito na lang. If you could describe how your parenting life has been during this quarantine in one word, what would that be?
One word.
Mm-hmm.
Different.
Out of the ordinary.
Pwede rin. Yeah, one phrase. Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Out of the ordinary, extraordinary.
Yes.
I'd say interesting.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
New.
interesting. But it's different because Solenn, you have no way to compare.
Exactly,
Like,
because I only have one, and then I'm on leave pa. So I'm really home.
You were really supposed to just be home. And of
Exactly.
course, we are also celebrating Father's Day on Sunday. So an advanced happy Father's Day to all the dads watching this. To Jim,
Yes.
to Nico, and to my husband, JC, happy Father's Day. And to
Yes.
teacher Tina's husband as well, who helped her with her lighting and
Light
setup.
up.
Happy Father's Day. Aside from our kwentuhan, we also will be having polls during this whole session. So we invite you to vote. So we'll do our first poll. The question is, how do you feel about celebrating Father's Day over quarantine? Okay, so we have two choices. The first choice is not bad. We are connecting with family more despite being apart from others, or not good. I miss ways of celebrating with friends and family. So if you are watching this on Facebook, you'll see the poll pop up. So just vote and we'll read your answers later. Okay, let's get right to it. Challenges as a parent during this quarantine. Solenn, you want to go first?
Well, for me, like, obviously, I think we're all in the same situation. Like, when we first heard about this virus, we all thought it was like, okay, this is going to pass. And then a week came or 2 weeks came, and then they said they might do a lockdown, and everyone just felt like this is not happening. Like, it just felt like a nightmare or a dream, I guess. Like, it's something that I think none of us would have thought we'd ever live, like, go through. So the first thing that automatically happens, obviously, is panic, because you're like, what am I bringing my child into? What world am I bringing my child into? Is it the end of the world? These are all these questions that pop up into your mind, and obviously you get so running or paranoid, like you don't want to go out, you're afraid to even do something wrong. Like me as a first-time mom, I didn't want to do anything wrong because I didn't want to have to bring her to the hospital.
Yes.
So it's all about being extra cautious, but in the same time, you're also enjoying the moment, but you can't just fully be in it because your brain is like traveling elsewhere, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She's so cute. Sorry,
She's so beautiful, grabe.
Oh.
Yeah, for me, well, I'm in a rock band, so the night before the
I'm getting distracted by the babies.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. So cute.
distracted ako. But the night before the lockdown was announced, we just had a gig. So parang what's happening? And it's, of course, obviously we're not going to be able to do that for a really long time. And it's just, of course, it's very hard for me and my husband, who's my bandmate. The adjustment period has really been very interesting. It's a balance talaga, trying to stay up to date with the news, but also, how it really affects us mentally. And I believe that we transfer our energy to our children. So if it works for you, and if you're lucky enough to be able to step back away from staying up to date, then I'm all for it. If it's, for your kids, good energy. So that's what I'm doing.
I super can relate. Parang you check, like in the morning, you open social media, right? And you see the news and you see everyone's posts, and parang you get so tense, or you get so triggered, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah.
So parang we get to pass that on to our kids. So I totally relate with what Saab says. And it's also a struggle, I feel, this quarantine for parents who work from home, because when you work from home, sort of the lines blur between which is work time, which is family time. It's very, very hard to compartmentalize, I guess. But yeah, I guess as the weeks passed by, we were slowly able to find our groove, hopefully. Can you say that? Can you say that you were able to find like that rhythm that worked for you? How long did it take?
It only took 3 months.
Serioso. I think I would have to say about a month. The first 2 weeks went by so slow for me.
Right. Yeah.
But then after that, since, as human beings, we're like creatures of routine and of habit, you kind of just, get into the groove. And now it almost feels normal. Like now when people ask me to have to like go work outside, I almost get angry. Like it's not possible. Like why am I working outside? It's not safe. I should be home.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's that mix of that balance, mix of emotions and everything. And that
You guys have sorry. Did you guys have a lot of arguments with your husbands nung start?
Nung start, yes. Nung start. Solen's
Same with
laughing.
me.
Ako no. Because I've been so busy with Tilan. Like it's my time with her or his time with her. Like so we just have lunch and dinner together. No time to fight.
But do you get to
Yeah.
sleep?
Kami,
Kasi your pag ganyan kaliit, 6 months. I remember my first 4 months of my firstborn, it's like no sleep really.
Yeah, the first 3-4 months none, but now she wakes up only one time at night. Unless she has a nightmare or anything, she wakes up at 2 or 4 a.m. So it's super chill lang.
good job.
I know. What a blessing.
Yeah.
Ay,
So, well, at the start of the lockdown, kami ni Jim, we would really butt heads kasi he's not used to being at home. You know, he's running his business, he's out of the house, and I wasn't used to having him here all the time. And, you know, since wala yung mga employees niya, ako yung kinukulit niya na parang, anong schedule mo today? Anong gagawin mo? And I'm like, back off. But finally, I mean, when we talked, we communicated, we were able to figure things out, and we'll share more about that later on, how we manage our schedules. But lately, ang pinag-aawayan na namin is kung sino ang magpapaligo sa boys kasi nag-aagawan kami. So, I mean, on a happy note, at least he's home enough to be able to give the boys a bath. So, I mean, there is some sort of bright side to it.
I think there's a very big positive side because even me, like not just with Nico, like I think I've never been so close to my family. Like usually when I talk to my mom or my dad, it's really like quick during the day. Now we really take time to have real long conversations. When I'm with Nico in the house, we put our phones aside, and obviously this is something that Nico wouldn't have been able to experience because he's always in the office. So if this was like the normal times, then he'd be seeing Tilan only at night before sleeping. So he wouldn't get to see all the milestones she's going through, and like he's here 24/7. So when something happens that's interesting, I like just shout his name and I'm like, Nico, you have to come see this, you have to come see that. So he runs down the stairs, and so I think there is a very good impact on what's happening. More like kind of wake up call also to a lot of people. A lot of people have also been starting to do like passion projects that they've been wanting to do and just put aside. So yeah, there like in everything there's pros and cons. So this is the pro side of this quarantine.
Right, totally. I get you about the milestones. I feel like maybe we can ask Teacher Tina later, but I feel like in the 3 months that we've been just at home, my kids have grown much closer to me. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah.
My toddler has always been very sweet, but ever since the lockdown, she's just like 10 times sweeter, more affectionate with her words. Like sometimes she'll just call mommy, and then you look at her, love you. She'll just go like that, and I can't wait till you get to that stage, Solenn, when she's talking and she can reciprocate the love in that way. But
right now she's just bored with my face. She's like, you again?
But she's cooing na. Kasi,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's super fun actually.
So yeah, I guess for a lot of parents, we really have taken this time. Parang siguro it's our way then of coping, of not thinking about the problems outside our front door, yung to really just be present with our kids, to be more mindful with how we're feeling, with how they're feeling. Parang we're also more sensitive to what they're feeling. Kasi nga parang there's nothing else that we can do, diba?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Milestones, how about you, Saab, for Vito? He's 9 months.
Yun nga, before the lockdown happened, he was just able to roll over. And then this whole time, he's learned to crawl, to stand, pull himself to stand, to cruise. He said mama, he said papa, he's...
So what was the first word?
Yeah, of course, papa. He said
They say
papa
always
before
papa.
quarantine. So, but at least he knows how to say mama now. Yeah.
My bunso also, papa first and then mama. And you're like, I breastfed you. I woke up for you. And then Papa yung unang sasabihin. Oh my goodness. Have you found yourself anytime in this quarantine, yung parang your patience became very thin and you sort of snapped? And how do you guard against that happening? I'm curious.
Good question. I haven't stopped. I'm a very patient person. I have to say, like a little bit too patient sometimes.
Even with Nico?
Yeah. Well, with him, I need to. Not even like if you marry someone like that. I mean, there's no question about being patient or not. Like I need to like go into the church with that patience noted down. Siguro I think like it might be like I said different for me since I'm a new mom. It's just my whole focus was just like I forgot about myself, which is also not the best thing in the beginning. But I forgot about myself for the first 4 months, and then
That's normal. Oh,
yeah,
that's normal.
it was just her. Like my world was her. Like I think even Nico was feeling depressed at the moment because you don't really pay attention to your husband when you have a newborn.
Mm-hmm.
So
But he understood that naman.
yeah, he's super in love with her, so he gets it. Like he's like, I'm not jealous if it's her. If it's something else, maybe.
Oh my. So yeah, we are going to go back to the poll that we
Yeah.
asked earlier. Can we three answer it? How are you feeling about spending Father's Day in quarantine? So do we feel not bad or not good?
For me, not bad because whether it's quarantine or not, we're very simple when it comes to celebration. So we would have had probably just like a lunch at home, like something chill.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, nothing too
Same.
fancy.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, they agree with us because 59% said not bad and 41% said not good, and that they miss celebrating with friends and family. I do miss like physical,
Yes.
right?
I think for us na we have our husbands to celebrate Father's Day with, it's fine. But then you think about the senior citizens who you can't really go to right now. So I think that's what's not good about it. That you can't physically be with your fathers and your fathers-in-law. So
Yeah, definitely. My in-laws, they're both senior citizens, so it's like we're constantly thinking, is it time? Do we? Because I'm sure they miss their apples, right?
yes.
It's really a challenge.
Mhm.
Sorry, Sab, you didn't get to answer pala the
Well,
parang snapping. No,
Oh yeah. No.
You're also patient?
Yeah, in fairness, I think I've been practicing mindfulness even before the quarantine. So that's really helped. We have a question from Martha. How do you guys stay so beautiful? Mukha na akong bruha running the house. It's because we're on Facebook Live.
Yes.
Still ring light
Time.
There's a ring light in front of us, or at least in front of me.
And we have to say that a few days back, we did a meeting just like this. We did not look like this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, pinaghandaan naman namin kayo ng very, very light, of course.
There's another question here. Elena, what's the biggest challenge parenting with the quarantine restrictions? In quarantine. Did we say that?
I think it's harder for parents with school-aged children.
True.
And I think we're going to be able to answer more of that and talk about that more with teacher Tina later on. So stay tuned.
So amidst this quarantine season and what's happening, obviously, like I said in the beginning, like I kind of forgot about myself because I was focusing so much on taking care of my newborn and trying to run the house and trying to see like how I can also manage the household of like who will be able to go home, who won't. But it's also very important to remember that you need to be a little bit selfish and take care of yourself. Because obviously if you don't take care of yourself, like you guys were saying a while ago, the negative energy or that vibe goes into the household and everyone feels the same way. And especially if you guys are still breastfeeding, you're saying like it goes through the milk as well, and so if you're stressed, the baby's stressed. So it's not a good environment to be in. So we're gonna have a poll also for this section. For the parents out there, have you had time to focus on yourself over the quarantine? So yes, I try to make time for myself where I can, or no, it's been too hard with everything going on. So for everyone watching right now, please answer and give us your comments because we're gonna get to that at the end of this segment. For you girls, naman, like I think I'm busy, but you guys have two, so I can't even imagine what type of work you're going through. Have you guys had the time to like fix everything in the house, the schedule of the kids, your schedule, having time for yourself, having time for your husband? Like, how do you guys do it?
That was actually my worry before giving birth to my second. And I don't know if you felt the same way, Sab, na parang, how will I handle two? And although it was very, very, very difficult when the bunso was small because they need your attention so much, and then the panganay is like, no, I need your attention also. But now that they're a bit more mobile, because my bunso is now 1.5, it's a bit easier in that because you can leave them to play together. So it's also it's harder and easier at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. In terms of self-care, that's something I really am bad at. It's something I definitely am still working on. It's so hard because you're right. So then, kanina, when you said na they become your life, and anything that is parang anything we need to do, it takes a backseat to what they need. I don't know if it's a Pinoy thing, if it's a mom thing, if it's, I don't know what, I guess it parang there's this mom guilt nga, diba, when you want to do things for yourself. So sometimes I snap out of that. Well, pre-quarantine, sometimes when I would snap out of that, I'd get a manicure outside. But
Nice.
now that we're stuck at home, how I have been able to parang have that me time to care for myself is my favorite time of the day for me time is when everyone is asleep at night. So that's like 10:30, 11.
And what do you do?
I am miss online class. So at the start, very, very start of the quarantine, it was Crash Landing on You on Netflix. Because everyone was talking about it. Actually, late na nga ako nanood. But when I watched it was so kilig. Have you watched it?
I haven't seen any It's K-drama, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Have you watched it, Sab? No, also.
It's my first K-drama.
Okay.
I only watched it at night and sobrang walang volume because tulog si Vito who's still breastfeeding. So I don't think I appreciated it as much because I couldn't really hear all the sounds.
Yeah.
So hindi ko pa siya tapos.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I finished that. Hindi ko naman minarathon. I took like one, because there's episodes are long. It's more than an hour. So after that, I didn't naman do any other K-drama. But I realized, I always said that I've been wanting to go back to school, ganyan. So after I finished that K-drama, I did online classes. So I remember doing a digital marketing course on some site, and then like a writing course on some site. And then now I'm loving masterclass. So I alam ko they did parang buy one take one type of promo. So me and my brother, we split the subscription, and then you can take kasi either the whole class or one off classes. That's what I love about masterclass. So like for example, the Anna Wintour, it's creativity and leadership. So I took that whole class. But sometimes in kunyari, this writing course, you can just take one specific class if you like the topic.
Yeah.
So sulit talaga siya, and then it's a year. So that is what I have been doing late at night. And I like that time because when everyone's asleep, it's quiet. So feeling ko talaga, it's my me time. But of course, a lot of times, by that time, you're just like knocked out and so tired and would rather sleep. So I think a mother's struggle is, will I sleep or will I like do something for myself?
Ako naman opposite ako. I also like it when everyone's asleep. Oh, I think I see your doggy in the background. Hi.
Which one is that?
I hope she doesn't vomit because she's been vomiting all day.
Oh,
Oh no. Baka pregnant? No.
I don't know. No.
no.
Yeah, ako naman, I also like it when everyone's asleep, but morning naman ako. I'm a morning person. I wake up really early because my me time is anytime before 9 a.m. So the earlier I wake up, then, the more I have time for myself. And then, yeah, I try to do meditation as much as I can. I use this app. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Calm. There's
Yes,
also another one. It's similar. It's called Headspace. You can download that. It's part of my life tech journey. So you just play the meditation of the day, and then you sit down and listen to it. Just follow the directions, and you're able to focus and be present and mindful. So I think that really helps me. It changes the tone of the whole day when I do that.
some people think that meditation is like lots of ums and they think they can't do it, but it's true that app is very like they have short ones also like 3-minute meditation, they have 15-minute meditation, there are 1 hour meditations, and it's literally just like a voice guiding you, like close your eyes, feel your toes, and focus on this or that. So I think everyone should try it out.
It's really like building your physical strength. So I would recommend doing 2 to 3 minutes at a time, and then work your way up to 10 minutes. And then maybe if you can do 15. Yeah.
That's a good tip because I've tried like apps like that to meditate, but parang
It's too long.
I'm the type that a minute into it, I'm like already my to-do
You're
list
thinking.
in my head. Yeah, I am that
That's
person.
the challenge. That's the
Yeah.
challenge, because meditation, you really just have to, any thought that comes in, you need to throw it out. You need
It's
to
so
really
hard.
not
How do
think
you
of anything else. It's practice.
Work your way up to it,
Yeah.
Bianca. Try mo. You'll get better. Yeah, short muna.
Ako naman, I do yoga, but that's my me time, because so with Nico, when the quarantine first started, I was like, I'm gonna go crazy if I'm just with the baby from morning to night to midnight to 3 a.m. to like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And since he was here in the house, I said let's try and divide the time, because we have no yaya for Tilan. It's just the two of us. So what we did was I give Tilan to him in the morning at 7:30 when she wakes up. So I have 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. of me time. So that's the time usually where I have my coffee, or I write the next vlogs I'm going to do, or I sleep in till 10. And then I take her again, and then my next schedule is 4 to 7. So that's my time again, where usually I do yoga. So I do alo yoga like you, Saab. That's a super nice. I know they have an app also, but I go on YouTube. They have a lot of free classes, and they're usually quite simple for beginners as well. What else do? I paint sometimes, so I've been having a hard time.
I love your paintings.
Thank
I
you.
know.
Grabe. What a talented girl.
Look at the painting behind Bianca naman.
Thanks
Super
to my
nice. I
husband.
saw his Kobe painting. Super
Yeah.
nice.
Michaela. Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Thank
But
you.
sorry, going back to the subject, yoga. Yeah, one of my
We
favorite things.
digress as moms always do.
Exactly. It really helps you focus on yourself, and it helps you feel lighter, and then it helps you sleep better even at night. So for everyone out there listening, you can also join the Lifesmith Beyond Yoga sessions at 8:30 a.m. On Mondays and 6:30 p.m. on Fridays, and that's all at the Beyond Yoga Facebook page. So
I think this is perfect because we got a comment from Trisha. She said, I used to do yoga every week, but with the studio closed and online classes for the kids, wala na akong time. So I think this could be the answer, an online yoga class, Trisha. I hope it works out for you. Maybe you can try it. It's free.
Exactly. And I'm not sure how it works yet. I don't know if they save it, but usually when something comes out on Facebook, you can do the class afterwards. It's usually still there.
You can replay it.
But what would you advise her? Kasi that's a question also of a lot of moms that I see. Yung parang wala kang time. Even though it seems like we're supposed to have more time now, sometimes there are days that you don't have time.
There really is no time, but I think it's doing that extra effort and waking up an hour earlier or sleeping an hour later. Like, if you want to find time, you will. It just depends on how tired you're gonna be afterwards. You know what I mean?
But working out gives you that extra energy kasi
True.
talaga. So,
Exactly.
di ba nga they say there's no workout that you regret.
Yeah.
Parang the only workout
You regret during.
is the workout you didn't do. Parang ganon, di ba? There's a quote like that.
My
Exactly.
tip, if you think you can be a morning person like me, you sleep in your gym clothes. Pagising mo, go na.
Oh my gosh, kaloka. It's so tight.
Kaya yan.
How do you breathe?
Ako, for those who feel like they have no time for something, I think like what you advised me with the meditation to start small. So I think, Trisha, you can commit 1 hour a
2
week.
minutes.
2 minutes lang. 1 hour a week. Choose a day, a pretty light day that you feel like your partner or your ates at home or your lola, whoever is home, who can be with the kids, commit to that. And then when you get that habit in, maybe you can add another day in the week.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say like 3 days a week. And then when you think workout, you don't have to think, okay, 2 hours of intense like weightlifting and everything. Even just literally a 20-minute walk during the day will really help you like just kind of forget about everything that's happening and really focus on yourself. And it's super important as a parent and as an individual to really focus on you, to make sure that you feel better, to make sure that the people around you feel better as well. And we have to be thankful that, during this generation now, there's so many online resources and apps that, can help us better ourselves. So, let's use what we have at the tip of our fingers, literally, to be better people for other people.
Yeah.
You know what I realized is a form of self-care also that the three of us do well differently, but in our own way. So, Solenn, I think your writing on your blog is a form of it's an outlet, it's a release. Saab, you have your podcast with Jim. Ako, I do videos for Paano Ba To? So that's all like in the tech space, but it's an outlet. And I feel having that is also a sort of a form of self-care.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to check, I'm curious on the poll. So there we go. Parents, have you had time to focus on yourself over the quarantine? Oh, it's 50-50.
Wow.
50, yes, I try to make time, and 50% no, it's been too hard. Yeah, I think everyone can find time. I think those who say it's been too hard, it's probably because you're very affected by the news, like everyone. So it's really, you need to really try and focus on kind of detaching yourself and forgetting I know it's so hard to forget what we're all living at the moment, but you kind of you have to learn how to detach yourself and forget for even just 30 minutes. And you will find time to focus on the things you want to do.
Yeah. Sometimes it's self-care and to step back from social media.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Or siguro, well, we're all hypothesizing. Parang may sarili-sarili tayong theories. But maybe those who feel it's been too hard also are those moms who are doing it all by themselves with no help. Ako, I think I can do what I do because we have help here at home. We're very, very lucky and talagang #blessed talaga to have angels here at home to help us. So to every mom watching this, or dad or parent watching this who does it all at home with no help, wow.
Oh,
You
shout
are supposed to have your
out to
own
my angel. They're watching right now. Hi, Yaya
Ay,
DJ.
cute!
Well, they told me they're watching, so ewan ko. Natanungin ko sila.
Yeah, I can't imagine how. I have also a friend that she has 2 kids, no help at home, and she does everything from like the cleaning to the cooking to taking care of the kids. And there I'm like, okay, I don't see how you can have time for yourself, but this is when the husband comes in. And when you really have to divide time with the husband, like, doesn't matter if he's not as hands-on as you, or if the baby cries a little more or the kids don't want to play with the dad, just force him to like take that time so you have your own sanity.
That's why they're called partners.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's another question here.
Jess.
Go ahead, Sam.
Okay, question from Jess. Did you ever have mom guilt in choosing your personal time over your bonding time with your kids?
All the time.
Bianca.
All the time. My panganay is 4.5, and I still feel mom guilt all the time. But if there's any silver lining, whenever I do get over that mom guilt and do something for myself, parang pag natapos mo nang gawin, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." There's that
Yeah.
feeling din naman. So,
Yeah.
sometimes we have to push ourselves talaga to get over that mom guilt, to prioritize ourselves too.
And then you become the better person after for your kids. So
Yeah, kesa kulang ka ng self-care tapos yung nga yung bad energy because you're so ngarag and you're so tired and then you end up snapping at your kids, and of
Yeah.
course as kids I feel like those are the moments that they will remember, diba? Their parents snapping at them, even if you're with them for a long amount of time, they're not gonna remember you just like parang being with them but not being very present. So ako,
Yeah.
I'm an advocate of getting your work done, and so you can be with your kids and give them 100% attention. Hindi you're with them and you're thinking, oh, hindi ko pa nasasubmit yung ganyan.
Mm-mm.
So,
Oh, that's the worst feeling. It's so
Yeah.
hard. I guess that's also a plus of work from home. Parang, right? Like all of the three of us, after this, I bet you we're gonna go straight to the babies, right? So
Yeah.
if before it took like a 2-hour drive going home, now it's right there. So
Yes.
yeah.
But it's
Smelling-
also hard because they're right in the next room and
Yeah,
you just
that's
feel like I should be with them.
I know the struggle is real. Oh my
So
goodness.
it's all really about managing your time, diba?
Yes, exactly. So ano yung biggest change sa schedule nyo? Is it just the getting rid of the traffic situation? Any other things that have changed for you guys? Well, Solenn, parang wala ka atang basis.
Solenn has left the conversation. I'll be back, guys.
No, because you mentioned to us before that you really filed a 6-month leave from work. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Till July. Till July
Sakto.
dapat.
So as
Sakto for
is.
you.
As
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Just that I had to cancel my trips with the baby, but that's it.
Yeah. For all the other moms, I have another poll for you guys. Have you been able to manage the time of your home during quarantine? Yup, we've been following a routine at home, or not really. It's hard to plan things out, so we take it one day at a time. If you're watching on Facebook, this will be popping up right now, about here, below us, and you can just vote, and we'll read the answers later on. Also reminding you guys that teacher Tina Zamora will be joining the show later to help us because she's the expert. Okay, back to Solenn and Bianca. Like I asked kanina, what has your schedule been like specifically during quarantine? Can you give us like maybe like what happens in a day for you guys?
So for me, the only thing that changed is that before I was out almost every day for work, and now it's just at home. But the schedule of the kids and how everything runs at home has been the same. I've sort of always been like a Nazi-ish type mom in that ever since my kids were born, I have this app that tracks their baby schedule. So it's the type that you log when they start sleeping, they wake up, they eat, they poop. And
It's
so
Glow?
it's baby day book.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that way. So both kids had that. But also I wanted to do that. I think I started that because I wanted to see if they were getting enough sleep. Because there's like a ideal number of hours sleep of a baby ganyan. But it ended up that I enjoyed using that app because it sort of showed me their schedule, their natural rhythm. And so when there was already that they usually eat at this time, sleep at this time, eat at this time, I was able to fix their schedule. So much so that, for example, everyone wakes up at like 7, breakfast, and then the bunso takes a nap at around 10, wakes up at 12, everyone eats lunch, plays, they both sleep again at around 3, wake up at around 5, dinner, and then sleep at night. So because that schedule was formed, I'm very strict with it in that, okay, it's time to sleep, lights off and everything. I also know when my time is. So the schedule is not just for them, it's more for me. It's like, okay, I know that 3 to 5 they'll be sleeping, so it's safe to schedule a meeting. It's safe to like sneak in a workout. It's safe to take a nap. And so it's a very, I would say, very strict schedule, but it came from them naman. And then I just like made it mandatory for everyone in the house. So everyone in the house knows the flow of the day, which has helped, I feel, in my like mental health, because nga, everything outside our house we cannot control. So at least what we can control inside the house will make us feel some sort of normalcy.
Yeah, I think for moms during quarantine also that have older children, because I look at my sister who has 2 older kids, I think of 3 and 6 ata, and she literally like wrote down a schedule like in school, like with like stickers and everything, and then she would do like ballet classes online or hip hop classes, and then indoor football, and then I think it's for parents, you really need to put that schedule so that your kids are still disciplined in the way they would discipline them in school as well. Obviously, I can't say that for myself because I'm following the baby schedule since she's a newborn. Though I have been reading a lot of sleep training books.
Oh.
And so with Nico, I worked on his schedule because he goes to the office and I'm really on leave. So we decided, like I said a while ago, on the 8 to 10 is my time, and then 4 to 7 is my time as well. So 7, I put her to bed, and I know like 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. it's me and Nico time, because you obviously also need the time with your husband or with your loved one.
Yes.
It's very important to do that. So I schedule everything by hand because I'm very manual, since I paint and I draw, like everything is written down. And that's how I've been able to manage my schedule and also do the sleep training. It's all written in notebooks. I don't use any apps.
Yeah.
As in, kahit the phone calendar, no?
My calendar, I have it. I have everything there. Like my meeting.
But you really prefer?
I need to write it because it's kind of like visualizing it, and then I remember it that way, like photographic memory kind of thing.
I used to be the same, Solenn. As in, sobrang analog girl. I really write stuff down. But then, si Jim, kasi my husband, he's really like a Google Calendar guy. So we decided, I'm also a techie. So I figured out a way where we can see each other's calendars and we can sort of merge it.
Wow.
So para we can see. And then we have a meeting every start of the week. So we can say like, what's your schedule like? Even going to the grocery, very tipid na tayo pumunta sa grocery, diba ngayon? Para we know who's gonna go, what time, where, whatever, and if there's another schedule that needs to be, like, hindi ako pwede at this time, because we do our podcast together. So it's also there, everything's there. We can see everything. I like it that there's a structure, there's a routine for our home. And I don't know if you guys use wearables, but ako, I use a Fitbit Versa. And that's where that's where I see in how bad I slept during the night. Or, what time. Kasi Jim always asks me, sabi niya, kamusta si Vito kagabi? Nagising-gising ba siya? Tapos ako talagang, di ko maalala. Kasi it's all a blur. When he wakes up, it's just like, I don't even remember what happens. I'm just automatically, a mom. So, that the Fitbit has helped me because it also has a timer. In terms of managing your schedule, do you guys know the Pomodoro Technique?
What's that?
No.
So, it's doing stuff in 25-minute increments. So I set a timer for 25 minutes. That's where, and then I'm just focused on one thing for that 25 minutes. And then after 25 minutes, 5 minutes, that's when you do everything. Like you drink water, you use the toilet, you whatever. And then after that, 25 minutes again. That's how I get my stuff done. So that's a tip.
I should
try. So it's 25-5, 25-5. So
Yeah.
parang 30-minute block.
Tapos maganda siya. Kung nakatatlo ka ng 25 minutes, meron kang 15-minute break. Yeah, so may incentive, ganon.
You know, I interviewed this psychologist recently, Dr. Bless De Asis. She recommended the mindfulness app. So it's literally like you set an alarm, it's going, you're gonna choose the bell. Parang iba-ibang ang sounds ng bells. Ding! Parang ganyan. And then it will remind you to, like, for example, if you work from home for a certain period of time, it will remind you that's your stand-up time, walk time, breathing time.
Yes.
And it'll play music. Yeah, cute, no?
Yeah, that's cute.
Mm-mm.
So that's just one of the examples of how technology or life tech can really help us, especially when we're working from home and it's so different right now. I don't know if it's really the term it's the buzzword, it's the new normal. So guys, what activities in particular have you been doing? What have you come up with for your kids during this quarantine? Bianca?
You know, yeah, I'll go ahead. That's why I jumped right in there.
Ako flight tummy time lang eh.
Tummy time and skin to skin
I
time.
read a lot of books.
For my toddler who is 4.5, it's actually something where my husband and I are struggling with right now. Kasi this school year, she was supposed to be in big school na. But of course, that's not happening. So we don't know. We're in limbo na, like, does she just become late 1 year? Do we try an online thing? It's so difficult, right? A lot of parents are struggling with that. So what I did ever since the start of the lockdown, I do school with her at home. And I say school with quotes because I just use mga free online learning sites. So our favorite is a site called Splash Learn. You sign up and then it has 2 subjects, math and English. So I try to make it fun for her I try to make her feel that she's in charge as well, because I ask her, okay, what do you want to do today, math or English? And then she chooses. And then it's fun because it's gamified. So every concept of letters or math, it's through a game. So she feels, kasi kami dito sa bahay, bawal kami ng screen time or watching TV. Weekends allowed. So I feel like she enjoys school time also kasi, I'm getting screen time and game time. So may ganon eh. And it's cute because when you finish like a whole module, they'll give you like animals and then you collect it in a jungle and you collect it in an aquarium. So it's super nice talaga for kids.
Rewarding them.
Yes. The reason why I did school at home is because I knew that if it was just parang bakasyon for her and summer for an indefinite period, it would be so hard to get her into the habit of, okay, it's time to go to school every day. Yeah. So I did that. It's just 1 hour a day, 10 to 11, while the bunso is asleep, we do school. I did that just so she knows that every day a child goes to school. And so now, because there's the thing outside, we can't go outside. We're doing it at home. But we really get dressed. We have a table and chair in a special area where we do school talaga, so that she feels we're in school. So after school, magpapalit ulit sa pambahay. Thankfully, she enjoys it naman. But I can imagine that it's much, much harder for parents with more kids, with bigger kids.
Yeah.
Wait, so she dresses up for school?
I make her choose kung dress siya or kasi parang, like, diba, that's also a work from home tip. When you work from home, dress up now so that you're in the mood. So when we started doing school at home, we also dressed. Ako din as a teacher.
Oh,
dress up also. Para lang, we're in the mood talaga. Wala namang glasses.
Sexy teacher.
Wala namang. But yeah, there.
Oh, that's so cute. My kids, hindi pa sila school age, but I do want them to be book lovers. So I've ordered a few books online. I ordered actually Tagalog books because I really want them to learn Tagalog. Kasi ang naming kids ngayon, diba? They don't know how to speak Tagalog because in school or on TV, they're all just speaking in English.
Will you teach her Tagalog?
I don't, because my gosh, baka mali-mali yung Tagalog niya. But I have Tagalog books and I was reading it and I was like, what is this? Like,
ikaw rin, you learn na rin.
Yeah, ang hirap ng book, like the proper Tagalog.
Yeah.
You can order books from Adarna. That's a local.
Adarna?
Yeah.
Local.
I have also.
Yeah. So
Which is their
kami,
favorite, Sab? Any favorite title?
yeah, they like this one called Hating Kapatid. And if you go on my Instagram, I have a video there with Jim. And then, nakakatawa kasi, Tagalog siya, diba? So, ang ginagawa namin ni Jim, you know those Tagalog dubbed anime? Yung mga OA, yung
Yeah.
voice-over. So, we do that with the books.
How fun!
Ating kapatid, nag-acting kami. So, I think it really,
Hi,
entertains-
Nico!
Hi, Nico.
Running at the back.
I think it really entertains the kids. And also, it entertains us. Because, you know, if you're reading the same book over and over again, it can get a little
Yeah.
So you try to come up with ways to make it more interesting for both of you guys.
Yeah, I'll share lang, Sab. I also have a favorite Adarna book. Favorite
Alin?
of my daughter, actually. The title is Just Add Dirt. Have you seen that one?
Just what?
Add dirt.
Yeah, Just Add Dirt. So it's about this little boy na ayaw maligo. So vegetables started growing out of his body. Super funny and super cute. So parang the mom was making him kulit to take a bath. Naglaro pa rin siya, so more vegetables grew out. So finally, when he said, Mom, I want to take a bath, or Nanay, gusto ko ng maligo, Tagalog pa lang. Ay, but it's English and Tagalog.
Yeah.
She didn't. So the mom didn't give him a bath. Ang dami-dami ng gulay. And in the end, he took a bath and something happened to the gulay. Abangan nyo when you get
Ooh, thank you for not spoiling it for us.
Yeah. If you really want to know the ending, I'll message you later.
Did he become a salad?
Sinigang. It became sinigang. The water, the veggies.
That's funny. Okay, for all you other book lovers out there, Globe postpaid subscribers also get 14-day free access to Bookful. It's an app that allows you to bring books to life through augmented reality. And postpaid subscribers can redeem this promo by simply downloading or signing into the Globe Rewards app and by scanning the code on your screen right now. There's a code on the upper right. Scan that.
Cool.
Yes. And also, I wanted to tell you guys, I know we're all locked down in our houses. We're trying to stay at home. And our family trips are canceled, diba, Solenn, like you said kanina.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, really. But Klook has some great online travel experiences that you can enjoy from your home. On June 27, they'll be hosting an online tour of one of the most popular film locations in the world, the Royal Naval College in UK, where movies like Thor, James Bond, and The King's Speech were all filmed. So find out more at globe.com.ph/Lifesmith.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There are so many options online now and apps. That's
Galing talaga ng technology, grabe.
Yeah.
It really helped us find ways to stay productive and, you know, stay at home with our kids. And I think the main takeaway from this is that thus having a schedule is important, and keeping to your routine can really save your mental health.
Yeah.
And having the right life tech makes it much easier to get the most out of it. Okay, let's go back to our poll question kanina. Have you been able to manage the time of your home during quarantine? Hey, 55% said yup, we've been following a routine at home. And only 45% said that it's hard to plan things out, so they take it one day at a time. So it's good to know that there are more people who have found a good flow. Yes, a routine.
Yeah, definitely. But I think even if the three of us and probably some other parents watching have found that groove, I mean, we still have a lot of questions of like from here, what do we do? What's it gonna be like, right? So as mentioned earlier, we do have an expert joining us. We'd like to welcome her in. Once again, Family Life and Child Development Specialist, the Directress of Nest School, Teacher Tina Zamora. Hi,
Hi
Teacher
everyone.
Tina.
Hi.
Hi, Solenn.
Hello.
Hi, Bianca and Saab.
Hi.
I've been listening. Your stories are so interesting.
Oh my
yay.
gosh. I hope we have been doing the right.
You're doing the best.
You
know,
are
every
super
parent-
chic, Teacher Tina. Your top, your hair.
Eh, kasi kasabay ko kayo eh. Kailangan ko magbihis.
Again, we do not look like this if it were
Oo nga, oo nga.
the Facebook
But
Live. So,
you're doing great, girls. You're doing great talaga, mommies. Kasi I always tell parents, you're the expert when it comes to your children. So you can ask for help. Like we're there for you. The family life and child development specialists are there for you. But you're always the best expert for your kids.
That's nice to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Guilt is your all-time enemy. It's always the enemy of the parent.
oh yes, it is. Can you tell us a bit about Nest School, Teacher Tina?
Nest is a progressive school. We're on our 20th year.
Wow.
And it's a historic year because of the pandemic. And we're going online for one school year. So a progressive school is we have smaller classes. It's child-centered. The curriculum is designed. And the reason why designed to center on the child. So we have fewer kids in a class so that we can understand each child's learning development, their learning style, etc. So the most in a class is like 12 to 15, depending on the age. Yeah.
What's the main difference when you say progressive versus like, so when you're growing up, diba, parang it was...
Oh yeah, we all came from trad.
Yeah, so what's the main difference?
Well, number one is class size. We have smaller class sizes. The approach is very different because the teacher is also a learner together with the students. It's not teacher-centered. Di ba tayo, lahat nakatingin tayo sa teacher natin in our classrooms before, di ba? Parang the teacher is the star all the time and we're all just listening. But here it's a very, it's a community vibe that the teacher is also learning from the students and they help each other out so that everyone can succeed and everyone can learn. So rarely can you see a progressive school that they compare, they have first honors, second honors. They really want everyone to succeed when it comes to learning.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have one question each for you, Teacher Tina, if it's all right, that we'd like to ask for advice on. So, like I mentioned earlier, I have a kid who's supposed to be in big school already, and then my smaller daughter, to Saab's point before when we were talking about this a few days back, that our kids are supposed to be out, in the playground, under the sun, running, playing with other kids, interacting. So like, for parents now, how do we even begin making this new normal, new reality for our children as good as it can be?
You're doing very well because all of you have routines and schedules. I think Saab said the energy of your children really comes from you. And in the first Lifesmith I'm doing, I said the exact same statement because we see it every day with our parents that the energy of the children really come from the parents. So that's one. You're doing well.
So am I an expert now?
Yes, you are. You're the expert of your sons.
Expert of my kids.
Yeah, and I love it that all of you are reading because parents should be reading. It's the hardest job in the world. So if you are researching for a job, then why not research to become a parent, right? So because if they don't come with a manual, when it's not like your phone, right? When you buy a gadget, you have to research on that gadget. And I think the encouragement for parents is you also have to research when you're raising a human being. So you're doing very well. You have routines and schedules. And the reason why, if you notice a preschool class, they have routines and schedules, and it repeats every day. It really teaches self-reliance to the child because they know what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
So alam ni Carmen, for example, na eating time na to. So may confidence siyang nararamdaman when they know what's going to happen next.
You know what? Sorry, Teacher Tina, before you go ahead. That's so true because I said I'm quite nutsy with my routine. Sure enough, so we have this time, this family bonding time after lunch at the back of our house. We have space. My husband bought like a mini pool. So after lunch, that's our family bonding time. We all go in the pool. Sure enough, whenever it's malapit na sa 3 o'clock, and obviously the baby can't read
alam na
time,
niya.
She goes out. Like she literally like wants to. You're right. That makes so much sense.
Yes, they know. You made it very constant for them. Even the baby, like Solenn, for example, with Dylan, they know their biological clock is being formed that, oh, it's feeding time. I already know that. And it comforts them. It makes them feel secure compared to a child that has an erratic schedule every day. And,
Yeah.
Young children, as opposed to everyone's logic, they don't like surprises. They don't like a big surprise. For example, if there's a party and a mascot comes in, they still fear for that because they thrive with routines and schedules and knowing what's happening next. That's why when you put them to school, the regularity of the routines makes them more secure. So when they cry on the first day, for example, if you bring them to school, it lessens because they already know the rhythm of the school day, if you notice. So that's what's happening in your homes right now. You're giving them a very stable routine and schedule that they feel comforted. They know what's going to happen next. And even if a surprise comes in, like this pandemic or fears from the outside, they get to go back to a regular, familiar practice. It's like yoga, because I do yoga also. It's a practice. That's why they call it a practice. You go back to it because it's comforting for you. You know what you're going to do. Like if you do Pilates, Bianca, you already know the practice. That's why they call it a practice. It's never going to be perfected. You do it every day.
Interesting. So the schedule makes them feel secure.
They know what's going to happen next.
Diba, teacher, like when they're secure, it's really like they're more confident.
They're more confident. They take risks more because they know that they can go back to somewhere safe. And that's you. Because you gave them a safe space. Yes.
That's the same. I mean, it makes sense because we also feel more secure when we have a schedule to follow, diba?
Yes.
Like when you wake up in the morning and then you don't know your schedule, you're a little I don't know what's gonna happen.
You're a little off.
Yeah.
So every morning, it's good that Saab, when she wakes up in the morning and she's a morning person, she checks the things that she needs to do, and okay, these are the things that I need to do. You know what's gonna happen next, and your mental health is more stable that way. Right? So even with the baby, like let's say Solenn has a baby. If you notice, Solenn, your baby already has a rhythm also, right? And you follow that rhythm too. But she's also following your rhythm. She's reading your face. She knows if babies can read since they were born because they read the familiarity of their mom's faces. Yeah, this is a stranger.
With Kilan, we do so I started training her like every 4 hours. And then from the 4 hours to drink, like if I see I can push it a bit more, like I try to do a different activity.
Yeah.
For her to know. And then she just kind of knows when she has to drink. She just looks at me. And then she goes like, and then that's it. She never cries. She never cries.
Aww.
Like people are like, is she okay? She doesn't cry. I'm like, she's just so trained.
Yeah.
I know. She's so trained that she's just very quiet and calm. She knows when it's coming and how to be patient.
But it's really the regularity because you're building systems to create a routine and good habits. So you create the system. So for example, if you plan to work out, like Sab, she already dresses in her gym clothes the night before. That's a system that when you wake up, it's easy for you to do your yoga practice or to go out and do whatever exercise you're going to do because you're prepared. If you didn't prep all of that, then it's harder for you to get into the routine.
So how do you
just to clarify, I advise that, but I don't do it.
Or you prep it. You prep it at the side of your yoga mat. Right?
So we've been talking about the schedule of the children. How do you manage? Because a lot of people are in like maybe big households and they have a lot of things to do around the house as well.
Yeah.
How do you manage the schedule of your kid and then manage also the schedule of the house, like the home, like everything that has to be done at home?
Yeah, because everyone's at home now, right? So it's good that some of you have angels. I don't have an angel because my kids are all big already. But if you have older kids, you have to make them help out in the house because they're there 24/7 right now. And everyone has to have a role. So when you're planning routines and schedules, you also have to devise roles. Like if you're giving the baby to Nico at this time, that's a role. If Bianca is giving the girls to JC at a certain time, that's the role of the dad. So it's important that you mentioned, Solenn, that you have to involve your partner or the people that you're with because you have certain roles to do it. Because if it's not done like that, then you're all going to do everything yourself.
That's
The
true.
mom always does it all the time, right? She needs to delegate more to other people in order for you to have that time for yourself. And the roles, very distinct roles, it gives clarity to everyone in the household.
Agree.
And I think parang it's innate, no? Ako, I had a hard time with my
Yeah.
first child. Nahirapan ako talaga to delegate. Kasi
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
it's not, and I didn't feel overwhelmed or anything. I just really, me, I'll do everything. Like,
Yes.
at the point na, as in, I would get mad at Jim when he's like trying to help. I wouldn't want my husband to help because I wanted to do it myself.
You had your way.
You know,
But-
I'll give you a tip for
Yeah.
family life and child development aspect. You know, mothers, that you're really programmed to do all of that. We're programmed because we gave birth to them, and we can technically do a lot of things at the same time. You know, the male counterpart, and it's Father's Day, so I want to greet also my husband, happy Father's Day. The father's role is really always to solve problems. He's always there. It's like a knight in shining armor. And sometimes we resent it because we want to do it ourselves, but we also have to let our husbands or our partners come in and decide on something and do something, and let them do it, even if sometimes nauusi ka because he's not doing it the way I want him to, diba? But that's his role. Men are problem solvers. So when you vent to them, they want to solve your problem right away. So you shouldn't resent them when they do it.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, I learned a lot when I had my second child. So I was more relaxed.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. I relate with what you said, Sab, and I don't know if it's the same for you, Sauce, with your firstborn. Parang feeling ko, I have to change every diaper. I have to change every bottle.
Yeah.
And if I don't, it's like I'm a bad
You're
mom.
a bad
Bakit may
mother.
ganon, teacher?
Me, it's
Please.
more like I don't trust anyone else.
Yeah.
But the second, right? I was more, it's okay if I don't change the diaper. I deserve to sit here.
Yes.
Oh, it means it means you have to have more kids, so it gets less and less.
Okay.
But guilt is the antagonist of every parent. It's always that. So when parents complain now that they're always with their children 24/7, I always make them have a shift in their paradigm and ask them, but this is the thing that you always wanted, to have more time with your kids.
Yeah.
And now you're with them all the time. So you have to just shift that paradigm, because it's really, first of all, we're coming from a survival mode. Everyone's trying to survive the pandemic, the quarantine. So we're trying to shift into a very creative mode now. You're all doing what you're good at, film, Solenn is painting, Saab is doing music. You should be doing that because it has to go back there, because you're trying to be creative from survival. You're still trying to survive.
Yeah.
But now I think the world is allowing us to go back to whatever normal is going to happen soon.
Yeah, so we have a question for you, Teacher Tina. This is from
Yeah.
Tess. She's asking, how do we deal with screen time for our kids? My kids are cooped at home and are always begging to use gadgets.
Right. Before the quarantine, I always say that children under 3 should have zero time in front of their gadgets, because that's what even the American Pediatrics Association wanted, that they should only be using a screen to get in touch with their grandparents who they don't see right now in the pandemic, to get in touch with relatives that they don't see. But now, because of distance learning, we have to use it as a tool in order for them to go back to school. So it's still a routine and a schedule. If you're using your gadget for school and you're limiting, I think schools, even if they're doing online learning, there's also a prescribed time that they're on Zoom, for example. So the preschoolers, they're only there for 30 minutes in a day, I think. That's good if it's school, because we need to shift their thinking that the gadget is not for a game. It's for something important, like talking to your teacher or talking to your classmates. So you have to treat it that way also now.
Okay.
You have to also think of other activities that's not connected to your gadget.
Yeah, but speaking of gadgets that can help us learn, I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
if you have any kind of life tech or online resources that you can recommend for parents and children.
For those who are going to online learning, a lot of the schools are using Seesaw, Google Classroom, because what's nice about these learning management systems is that the parent can access it through your phone. So if, for example, a parent goes back to work, they know what activities the children are doing online, and they can follow it up when they get home. Um, for the mothers, I think Bianca's in masterclass. Neil Gaiman is there, Judy Bloom is there. These are children's authors that you can listen to, and you can involve your children listening to them, because they also read their books. If you have kids who've already read Neil Gaiman, there's Skillshare for all of you, for the moms and the dads, because you have to be a learner right now.
I use
with all
Skillshare.
Yeah, it's the best, because it's from cooking to calligraphy to writing to photography. So as Bianca mentioned earlier, there are a lot of websites that are giving it away for free because they know you're home all the time. So grab this chance to do it.
Okay. Actually, I think there are other. Have you heard of Buri Books? Buri Books.
That's good that you mentioned it, because you like Adarna House. All the Adarna House books are in Buri Books, and you can use your phone to read Adarna books through Buri Books if you're going to register with them.
So it's a locally made company.
It's Adarna. It's actually Adarna House.
Okay.
Digital Adarna House. Yeah. So if you can't get hold of Just Add Dirt by Bianca, just download it later in Buri Books.
Fun.
To find out the ending of the story.
Yes.
Wait, so Teacher Tina, the Seesaw, that's like a classroom.
It's like a classroom.
So Google Classroom and Seesaw, same function. You can try either one.
It's two different things. The teacher can talk to the kids there. They put the activities there, and you can access it as a parent.
Okay,
so that's their online classroom.
So Kindle Unlimited, Scribe, and Buri Books and Bookful, those are all
books
apps for kids.
Yes. Oh, cool. And right now, Scribd had 30 days free.
Scribd, sorry, is that how you say it?
Scribd. Yeah. Kindle Unlimited, also Audible if you want audiobooks rather than digital books for the young children who are still learning how to read. They also have their children's book in Audible.
I'd like to ask Teacher Tina about Shaw Academy. What is Shaw Academy?
Shaw Academy is like a repository of, if for example you're trying to homeschool your child, you can go to Shaw Academy for the concepts, the worksheets and the information that you need in order for you to, like you're homeschooling right now. Don't put it in quotes. You're homeschooling your child, Bianca. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Everyone's homeschooling their kids right now because of what's happening. Yeah.
We have a question from Michelle on Facebook. She's asking, she says, I'm slowly teaching my 4-year-old a routine to prepare her for her online classes come August, but she's not 100% there. After a few minutes, sawa na siya or she'll do another thing or play. Do you have tips on how I can make her focus on her schooling at home?
You know, the attention span of the children, it's like that even in a physical classroom. So you have to probably talk to also your teacher, the teacher of your child, but don't give up. You know, we've had students who, didn't want to face the screen, wanted to lie down on the bed, hiding under the table, because they're not used to talking to their teacher on a screen. They're really used to talking to a teacher live. So you have to give them extra grace. I think everyone now, even for yourself, you have to be more compassionate with your child, because parang everyone went through a state of grief, right? So if your child doesn't follow the online class, it's fine. But don't give up. Still attend.
Meaning you can still just keep doing it whether she's like not paying attention.
Just and then doing it. Yes, to build the routine. That's the routine,
Okay. I don't know if you saw that quote na nauso sa Instagram, medyo start of the quarantine na parang, so I've been homeschooling my kid for 6 days now and I feel that teachers deserve $1 billion in salary. I don't know if you saw that and I was like, that's true.
Success! That's success for us.
Definitely. What you do is
but it's
amazing.
nice. It's nice that you mentioned that, because when the parents complain when we have online class that they're noisy and can we mute them, and we always tell them they're also noisy in a physical class. You can just hear them now because you're beside them. But they're also that noisy in a physical class. So everything that happens in an online classroom, don't worry about it, parents. They also do that in the classroom. It's just that wala po kayo dun. Ngayon nakikita nyo na sila.
Pero Teacher Tina, tama yung strategy ni Bianca na she has a corner for homeschooling.
Tama yung strategy
talaga.
ni Bianca na nagbibihis pa sila.
Yeah.
Diba? And they have a corner. Because, kids are very visual. So even if it's not a corner, let's say a tray, and you put the gadget there and the books there. Because sometimes people have small spaces. They have to share the dining table with the whole family when they're distance learning. So if you remove the tray with everything else, it's very visual for them. Okay, so it's eating time already. So this is the space naman to eat. So it's great. It's great that you have a corner just for that.
But I like your cue about the table, because I remember Sabi made kwento that your sister has 4 kids. So they could be all on the table, but like iba-iba ng like a placemat na color.
That's true. That's true. It's you can demarcate boundaries by color, by space, by time, like 9 to 10, it's this child that you're focusing on, by routine, or they can all be in the same table and work together.
Riot yun.
But harder for the mom.
Riot yun.
No, but there's so many, I think ang pinaka nakakatawa, like you mentioned so many learning sites and apps, Teacher Tina.
Yeah.
And I wanted to share that for other parents who are still looking for online learning sites, not just for the kids, but like a family learning thing. So there is a app called Shure, SHOOR. So Globe postpaid subscribers will get a 10% discount on family-related experiences. So these are virtual classes for dance, for sports, for art, even theater. So we do have a voucher code for you. That's GlobeX Sure. There, you can see it on the bottom of the screen. GlobeX Sure 10, and that's valid until June 22. So that's till Monday. So you can redeem that till Monday. And I'll just mention again what Saab said earlier about Klook for everyone who misses traveling and all that. I'm sure we all miss like being outside. On June 27, Klook is hosting an online tour of the Royal Naval College in the UK. So this is like one of the most popular film locations in the world. So if you want to find out more about Klook, about all the other offers and discounts that you can get on learning sites and exposure sites like this, you can visit the website globe.com.ph/Lifesmith. And aside from that, we'll flash a QR code on the screen, because if you also want to find out about other discounts, other freebies, because as Pinoys and as moms, we love freebies. All we have to do is download. So there's a QR code. You can scan that. That's the Globe Rewards app. And then when you open your Globe Rewards app, I don't know if you have it on your phones, but the Globe Rewards app is super, super.
I have it.
The best, because you can really choose. So you can redeem vouchers. There are exclusives. Ayan, nakalagay na. Bookful, free subscription. And I love rewards because dito available din yung you can donate to different causes, especially now during the quarantine. So just scan this code and download Globe Rewards. You can either shop with discounts, see the promos, vouchers, learning sites, donate, everything. And your points are just sitting there. I'm sure a lot of you actually have points that you're not using. Sayang yon. So please do download the app to see how many points you have. That's it. Wow. Thank you,
That's
Teacher
so fast.
Tina.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Super,
Thank
super
you. Have more
grateful for you.
children. It gets better.
Teacher Tina, how many kids do you have?
I have three girls.
Wow.
Three girls from 28 to 21.
Wow.
Yeah. So get more energy because the problems that you have right now, it's gonna all be, you're gonna laugh about this when they're teenagers.
Oh my
Let's
God.
talk again when they're teenagers.
Wait, so
Okay?
is that safe to say that the toughest stage of parenting is teenage years? Is that safe to say?
Yes. Let's talk again then.
Oh
It
my gosh,
starts
I'm
in
scared.
Okay, si Solenn hindi na mag-aanak yan. Wait. It starts in the tweens and then it gets very difficult in the teens. So, let's talk again when you get there.
Oh my. I
Mas
think
lalo
that's,
sa boys
Enjoy.
ata. I think boys are even harder when they're in their teens.
is it?
So Sab,
Ah, same
No,
Right.
so
lang.
Dan, ikaw may training ka kasi parang teenager si Nico, di ba?
Nico is Solenn's panganay.
but if she's anything like me when she grows up, my gosh, headache galore.
Oo. Just imagine all your teenage years. Di ba yun ang pinakamahirap talaga?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, let's talk again then. Let's talk again then.
Oh my goodness. Alam mo, it's so important talaga to once in a while check in with mommy friends or watch videos
Yes, definitely.
live to listen to other moms, because I always love chatting with other moms kasi it makes you feel that you're not alone in like your daily
It's a
struggle.
tribe. It's a tribe you have to really talk to often so you can survive.
Definitely. So we can all survive. So today we talked about mindfulness, which I feel is so important that we acknowledge the hard stuff. It's not like, no, I'm not feeling this. No, kaya ko to.
Yeah.
It's not martyrdom. It's more of like, okay, this is difficult and I'll ask for help or I'll take a breather. So I think that's what mindfulness is all about. And Solenn, how about you about self-care, and you, Sab, about time management? Siguro this is our like final words.
Yeah, I think it's also important for everyone to know that no matter how hard this situation is, also I think it makes it a little bit easier knowing that you're not going through this alone. Like it's literally everyone in the world that's going through this. So that kind of makes me feel better in a very sadistic way. But that's the truth. And of course, don't forget to focus on yourself and focus on the positive sides of what's happening, because this is maybe time you won't get when things go back to a new normal. Like
Right.
a reality check to everyone. This is it awakens a lot of things within the family, and I think we can all learn a lot from this. If not even just learn in general, go online courses, try to meditate, learn meditation. There's so much you can do at home. So I think it's time we all seize this opportunity and not feel too depressed about what's going on, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how long the tunnel is. So it's there.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Ano ba yan? For me, time management, I just want to remind everyone, especially the moms out there, I think let's go back to the most basic of things, which is quality over quantity. If you look at your calendar, and even if you're not spending the whole day with your kids, it's okay as long as yung time spent with them is really 100% just focused on them and playing with them, para you don't end up snapping or just being sabaw with them. So yeah, I think that's a tip to always bear in mind.
How about you, Teacher Tina? What bilin or
Mm.
advice can you leave with Sab, Solenn, and me and other parents who are watching this?
Well, the first bilin is let's talk again when they're teenagers and tweens. But the second one is, you're all doing very well. You're all doing very well. You're doing the best that you can with what you have right now. You're reading up, you're talking to other mothers, you're talking to counselors and specialists. I see your show, Bianca, you talk to psychologists. And really, when this pandemic started, it's really the mental health that's the most important, right? Apart from the physical health that we need to protect our mental health right now is the most important thing that we have to take care of, because we're already at home with our children 24/7. So you're doing a great job. That's the only thing I want to tell the three of you, and to all the mothers who are out there. You're doing the best that you can with the situation that you're in. But a lot of counseling is available for you online, and you just have to choose who to talk to and who you can choose to be a mentor so that you can be a better parent.
Oh, I
Thank
love
you.
that. Thank you, Teacher Tina. And I'm sure a lot of those watching are really bitten and want to ask Teacher Tina more things. So I have good news for all of you, because Teacher Tina will have her exclusive Lifesmith session. When is that, Teacher
Yeah.
Tina?
It's on June 24 and July 1. We're going to talk about
Oh, dalawa.
carving time. Yeah, carving time in your home and mapping out your space in your home when the distance learning and the work from home starts. So how are you going to share your space with your children?
Ooh, I'll make my ate join that. She has 4 kids.
Yes.
Yung four kids.
It's hard to share.
So again, June 24 and July 1
And
at
July 1.
6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So eat dinner early or eat dinner late, just so you or watch while you're eating dinner to join
Yeah.
Teacher Tina for her Lifesmith session. Thank you again so much.
Thank
Sam,
you. Thank you, mommies.
Teacher Tina. Thank you to everyone who is watching, who joined us for this Globe Lifesmith live session. BJ Andaya, Jess Pacheco, Ken Peñero, Max Casacla, who's watching. Hello, everyone.
BJ is my yaya.
Really?
Yaya.
Nag-comment siya.
Watching.
You know her comment? Hi, Ma'am Sab, I'm waiting, Puddy. Isn't Puddy?
Buddy is my baby.
Isn't Puddy Vito? Nag-message siya.
Ang techie ni Yaya, ang techie.
I know. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. I really enjoyed talking. I always enjoy talking to Saab and Solenn and Teacher Tina. It was great to meet you. Please do
Nice
join
talking to you.
us again next month. Next month, Globe Lifesmith will have another live session like this on all things life tech. So if you want to know more, read articles. Again, the site is globe.com.ph/lifesmith. Does anyone want to plug anything, Saab or Solenn?
If you have any other mom questions or things you want to know about time management, expert, you can find me on Instagram. I actually have a breastfeeding highlight there if you want to learn more. And also, I have a podcast with my husband. It's called Wake Up with Jim and Sab. You can find us on Spotify.
I naman have my YouTube channel, Solenn Heussaff. And what other people don't know is that I actually write a little bit on solenn.ph. So the YouTube video is attached to my articles. It's very short articles since I don't really like writing. It's not my forte, but it's there.
You're right. Well, kaya, Sauce.
Okay lang.
And Sab, of course, congrats, because you and Jim, your podcast and your pod babies, super up to parts. Congrats. Yeah, like Teacher Tina said, I do have, I call it a quarantine series on YouTube. So just search for the keywords paano ba to and any problem, and a video should pop up, and I hope that will help you. So again, thank you, Saab, Solenn, Teacher Tina, to everyone watching. Thank you.
Bianca.
And before we totally say goodbye, as an advanced Happy Father's Day greeting to everyone, Saab, Solenn, and I have a special something to show you. And we hope you all enjoy. Thank you again, everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Saab. Thanks, Sauce. Thanks, Teacher
Bye,
Tina.
Sauce. Bye,
Bye,
Bianca.
everyone.
Again. There. Okay, so happy Father's Day. Okay, isa.
Happy Father's Day!
Happy Father's Day to all the dads!
God bless, guys.
Hi.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
To all the dads out there, we want to wish
Happy Father's Day.
and happy birthday to someone who may have the birthday today. Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Enjoy, you guys. Thanks for being awesome dads.
If you're a dad of the boys, stay with them.